all, welcome back. We were supposed to have finished with our last video 4, that's kind of what our plan had been, but we were just chatting afterwards, and what we realized is we had missed what we believe is a really, really important point, and that's the whole issue of reaching out. We spoke about vulnerability, and it can be really difficult if we're not used to being vulnerable, or if we've been hurt in the past and where we have tried to reach out, that our trust has been broken. And I think as a professional working within an organization, and we have this idea of how we should be showing up, we should be having the answers, we should have this professional front in many different areas, that it's really important and really freeing just to be able to say to somebody, I'm really struggling at the moment. I was feeling really distressed this morning because of this X, Y, or Z has happened. Sometimes we hold these things in. We spoke about that armor that we build, and when we build that armor, we can hold it in. But what happens, I know what happens within me, is that builds and that builds and that builds, and eventually it's got to leak out somewhere. And that can leak out in lots of different ways for different people, and one feels so alone. And those stories we spoke about that we can tell ourselves about ourselves can actually become magnified and amplified. And in fact, what we do then is we withdraw even more from reaching out to anybody. And that's a very lonely place to be.
And I think also that you can live in a family home or in a house with lots of other people and still have that experience, and withdraw because you feel misunderstood, or you're not used to reaching out, or you don't know what to say to people. And if we're talking about self-care and compassion, that's another journey, being able to reach out, because certainly as a professional, a person working in mental health for a very long time, it has always been, it was expected that we would behave in a particular manner, in a particular way, and never be okay actually with being vulnerable, and actually saying that it's not okay. I never was used to being all right with saying it's actually not okay, reaching out, asking for help. But I know now through my work in recovery and actually learning to reach out through peer connections that it has been one of the most enriching experiences that I have ever had. So that's what I'm calling upon now. And I would recommend for those of you who have those experiences where you feel you can't reach out or there's no one to reach out to consider what other things might be useful for you now. And there could be helplines. There could be some of the helplines that we have recorded on Facebook, some of the helplines that you can see on the You Matter page. So if you feel that there isn't anybody, you could be living in a house full of people or living on your own, to know that there is always someone to reach out. I know that coming into work has been a lifesaver for me. It's been really good to have people that I can talk to, people that I trust. You talked about trust there, Lisa, and being able to say, it's just really not okay. What I'm experiencing, what I'm feeling now is not okay. I wish it wasn't like this. But there's something about, it's not that I'm expecting answers, or I'm expecting you or anyone to turn around and tell me what to do, because I have the resources within me. But what helps is a reminder that I have those resources within me. So it can be good to have someone that you can talk to and reflect back.
I think that's so important, because I think, especially I know in my relationships in using mental health services, and in different relationships, I think sometimes professionals feel that they have to come with all the answers, that they've got all the solutions, and sometimes those of us using services think that you'll also be coming with all the answers. And in fact, very often, none of us have all the answers. It's about holding that space, holding that hope, really actually listening, connecting with people. When we don't know, saying we don't know, when we can't offer what it is we'd like to be able to offer. I know I have people speaking to me, and I wish that they would have access to different services and things that I simply know aren't available. It's about being able to be honest about the reality of things, and that takes a vulnerability as well. Not being able to say, I've got all the answers here, but you know what? I'm going to let's walk alongside each other here. Let's support each other, because I believe you have within you the resources, but we grow, a beautiful flower grows in the soil that it's in, and it's the same as the environments that we work, live and connect in.
And just think that's very powerful. I think what's really powerful for us all to do at this time is to connect as human beings. And I think I might have said in the first video for this week, you know, we are people, we are connecting as people. People matter, language matters, conversations matter, and it's important to see each other on that level and not to be blocked by the barriers that labels are actually create around us, but to be human and be personable with each other, because reaching out can be very important if you know who you can reach out to. As I say, for those of you who may not have anybody at the minute because of your circumstances and you may be isolating or shielding, to think about who you can reach out to, and that there are helplines. But really important to know that it's okay to say that it just doesn't feel good at the minute, and to feel connected so that you can get the support. And just before we finish, I think it's really important to remember that we are all human beings, and what do human beings really need and desire more than anything is love, acceptance, to be heard, valued, being seen, absolutely. And those things are really important, and those are the things that help us to care for ourselves better when those things are present in our lives. So thanks very much, folks, for checking in with us again, and we'll see you again next time. Thank you.